Shalom, לכולם ישראלים בברזיל, במזרח התיכון, באפריקה, באסיה, באוקיאניה, בדרום אמריקה, מרכז אמריקה, צפון אמריקה, בברזיל גם. כאן אסף בנמי קריספין אשר מדבר איתכם, ופעמיים אנחנו נדבר החשובה של תורה, חוקים ומשפטים. Here the elder Assaf Benami Crispin Levi, who speaks with you, and I would like to salute all Israelites in Middle East, in Africa, in Oceania, in Asia, in Europe, in North America, Central America, and South America. Well, I would like to talk the importance of eternal covenant that Yahweh made with our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, and Israel. And in the dimension of the eternal covenant, we don't have past tense, present tense, and future tense. All of these tense are one dimension, because the eternal covenant is forever, Leolam Vaed. And just the religions have present, past, and future. And when you follow the commandments of the Torah, you'll be just starting to get happy, to be happy, because you've been participating in the peace of Shamayim, of the kingdom, Malhut Hashamayim, the kingdom here. And the importance of Torah is great, because like David says in the Tehillim, I would like to read with you before we read in the commandments. Tehillim, chapter 1, verse 1 to 5. Verse 1 to 6. Blessed is the man who shall not walk in the counsel of the wrong, and shall not stand in the path of sinners, and shall not sit in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the Torah of Yahweh. And he meditates in his Torah day and night. For he shall be as a tree planted by the rivers of water, that yields its fruit in its season, and whose leaf does not wither. And whatever he does prospers. The wrong are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind blows away. Therefore, the wrong shall not rise in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For Yahweh knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wrong comes to naught. Then blessed is the man or the woman that shall not walk in the counsel of the wrong, and shall not stand in the path of sinner, before they have the commandments of the Eternal One, Torah, in their hearts. And not religions. Religion doesn't save anyone. Religion just produces confusion, Bavel. And because that, we're going to study the Torah now. We stopped in the item 178, and now you're going to 179. Okay? Well, the testimony of witness shall be examined thoroughly by the elders. Devarim 13:14. The testimony of witness shall be examined thoroughly by the elders. Devarim 13:14. Devarim 13:14. Then you shall inquire, search out, and ask diligently, and see if the matter is true, and establish that this abomination was done in your midst. You can see here that firstly, we must examine the testimony of the witness. If one person comes to us, bring a problem, or brings an accusation, we elders must examine it carefully according to the Torah. You can't accept the testimony of just one witness, because it's not recognized before the Eternal One. We must accept just the testimony of one person when he has or she has 2 or 3 testimony, 2 or 3 persons with him. But like it is in the Torah, by the testimony of one person, this case won't be accepted. Well, and all of this, we must take to the elders, because the elders will examine this problem according the law of the Yahweh, the Torah. And when he gives the sentence, we must accept it. Then the testimony of witness shall be examined. We can't accept a testimony of a person that is prostitute, that is thief, that is murder. This witness must be perfect, must be a person of good testimony. Well, let's see this item in the oral law. This item 179, the testimony of witness shall be examined thoroughly by the elders. (179) Job, the oral law in the time of Job, Yaakov, Abraham, Noah. Job. Job 29, verse 16, 17. Verse 16. 17. Job 29, verse 16, 17. I was a father to the poor, and I investigated the case which I did not know. And I broke the jaws of the perverse, and snatched the prey from his teeth. Then Job, the elder of his epoch, he investigated first the case. And along with the others, elders, and he not give a previous judgment. No, he investigates according to the Torah. And we must do it as well. We must be careful when we judge the persons, because just by one person, this is not to be accepted before the Eternal One. We must judge with 2 or 3 witnesses. And this witness must be examined firstly. Well, and Job says, and I broke the jaws of the perverse, and snatched the prey from his teeth. Then I thought I would die in my nest and increase my days as the sand. I was a father, 16. I was a father to the poor, and I investigated the case, which I did not know. We must investigate the case that we did know. And if we have doubts, we must consult the Eternal One, like Moshe, like Aharon did in the past. Well, let's see this item 179 in the Torah, in the time of Yeshua's time, Talmudin's time, Apostles' time. Yohanan Moshe, Marcos, Yohanan Moshe, Mark, chapter 14, verses 15 to 59. Yohanan Moshe, Mark, Yohanan Moshe, Mark 14, verse 59. (55 to 59). And the chief priests and all the council were seeking witness against Joshua to put him to death, and they were finding none. For many bore false witness against him, but their evidence did not agree. And some rose up and bore false witness against him, saying, we heard him saying, I shall destroy this dwelling place that is made with hands, and within 3 days I shall build another made without hands. And not even then did their witness agree. Then the high priest stood up in the center and asked Yeshua, saying, have you no answer to make? What do these witness against you? Well, we can see that the Annas and Caiaphas, they investigate Yeshua, but they did have proofs against him. And came false witness that testified against him with a falsehood. And Annas and Caiaphas were wrong because they trust in the testimony of the the testimony, false testimonies of theirs. Because that we and you that are Skenim, that are leaders, Roshim, Rabbinos, we must be careful with that, because we must follow, we must judge according to the Torah, the law of the Eternal One, because we're going to be judged by them. Then the testimony of witness shall be examined truthfully by the elders. And you can see here that Annas and Caiaphas and the other ancients, they didn't have the wisdom to search out the testimony of this witness, as the Torah says. Well, I'm going to stay here. I would like to bless you. Yahweh Baruch Ata v'ramishpaha gam. Zoha bracha shel Zaken Assaf Benami Crispin le'ol kol Israel. Ilokol zarim shel ochavim Torah as well. Yahweh Baruch Ata v'ramishpaha gam. Shalom lekulam. Ad Yom Ramishi Rabbah. Shalom, shalom. Lehitraot. Ad Katsar.